Hello and welcome, Dodger fans, to another episode of the Let's Talk Blue podcast. I'm your host, Evans Barnes. Today is March 26th, 2026, also known as Opening Day. Baseball is back, baby. Let's go. We're going to talk about this upcoming series with the Diamondbacks. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about what I saw at spring training, but before I do that, I just wanted to apologize. I know there were no videos the past couple weeks, and I was very disappointed with that. Unfortunately, right before I left for Arizona, I got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. So I've been going through a little bit of an adjustment period, but now I've got everything under control, feeling a lot better, and I'm ready to be back at work covering the Dodgers for you guys. So very sorry about missing on the posting schedule, but we're gonna be back on track moving forward. We are gonna talk a little bit about spring training first. I did get to go out to Arizona and see a few games. I wanted to do a little bit more content for you guys while I was out there, but it just wasn't possible. But I saw a lot of great things. My biggest takeaway as far as starters, Teoscar seemed to be seeing the ball very well. Hit a couple bombs in games that I saw, and just hit very well in spring training in general. Kyle Tucker seemed to be seeing the ball very well too. In one particular game that I saw against Seattle, he hit an absolute tank to dead center. So some great things going on in spring training. Mookie Betts had another child. Congratulations to the Betts family. He is back with the team now. So things are rolling. We're going to be missing Tommy Edman for at least a few weeks. Blake Snell as well. But for the most part, the Dodgers are pretty healthy coming into the year. So all good things. As far as prospects go that we saw at spring training, the guy that impressed me the most was James Tibbs. Very good command of the strike zone. And when he got his pitch, he smashed it. I think he hit 3 home runs that I saw and just, from all accounts, had a very good spring. The prospect that disappointed me the most was Zaire Hope. I was pretty excited to see him, but at the plate he looked lost at times. Not sure if he has a really good feel for the zone yet, and I think he might be a year or two away, but still has a lot of potential and still could end up being a big leaguer for the Dodgers at some point. But those were the two prospects, the prospect that impressed me the most and the prospect that disappointed me the most. I was very excited to go to spring training. My apologies that we didn't get a little bit more content out of it. But I hope that you guys can understand. But now that that's out of the way, we're going to get right into our preview of this D-back series. First off, game 1, it's going to be Yamamoto versus Zach Gallen. The Dodgers know Zach Gallen pretty well. He's been a staple for the Diamondbacks rotation here the past few years. Let's see. Last year, pitched to a 4.83, made 33 starts, 192 innings. Year before that was much better, 3.65, and the year before that, 3.47. So we saw a little bit of a regression from Zach Gallen last year, but I think Diamondbacks fans are pretty hopeful that he's going to sort of come back down to the mean. And he definitely has the talent. We've seen him put together some very good seasons, some 4 or 5 war seasons. So the Dodgers are going to have to be on their game here in Game 1. I don't think Zach Gallen is going to be that guy that's going to give up a bunch of runs here on opening day. I could be wrong, but let's see. I'm going to look up how the Dodgers fared against Gallen last year. I imagine it was probably pretty well. Okay. Yeah, 2026 projections have Gallen coming back down under a 4. It looks like here, under a 4 ERA. Most of them, some of them are around 4. Against the Dodgers last year, one second. So against the Dodgers last year, he pitched pretty well in the last game in August, but got hit around a little bit when they faced him in May, but only faced him twice last year. So not a whole lot of looks at Gallen this past season, but most of these guys have seen him. They've got the tape on him. I'm a little concerned just because I respect the talent that he has. But at the end of the day, the Dodgers are going to scratch across a few runs in this game tonight. The biggest question is going to be, what does Yamamoto look like? How stretched out is he at this point? Is he prepared for the season? Those are sort of the questions that we're looking for, because the Diamondbacks do have a good lineup featuring Ketel Marte, Geraldo Perdomo, guys who can play. So Yamamoto is going to get tested this evening, no doubt about it. But we're talking about the World Series MVP here. So if you're asking me if I like the Dodgers' chances tonight, I do. But I also know the Diamondbacks have some guys who can swing it. Gallen is a very talented pitcher, so it's not going to be a walk in the park. It's not going to be an easy day. And the whole series is not going to be an easy day, really. I think Game 2 is going to be Ryan Nelson versus Emmett Sheehan. Emmett has looked good in spring. Had a very nice year last year in limited innings starting. Looked a lot shakier out of the pen. That was also in the playoffs, so how much of that is the level of competition, we don't know. But I like Emmett Sheehan. I think that he's poised to have a breakout season this year. He's going to be the number 2 guy in the rotation to start the year. And he's going to be battling for some playoff starts. I mean, Glaz is going to start Game 3 against Arizona this weekend, but he's got some competition. You know, they're only going to start 4 guys in the playoffs. We know what Yoshi is made of. We know what Blake Snell is made of. Those guys are going to get postseason starts. Shohei, we know what he's made of. If he's got the durability to pitch, he's going to get a postseason start, or he's going to be in the starting rotation in the postseason. That only leaves one spot. And Glaz has been good, but he's going to get pushed by Emmett Sheehan this year, I think. And I think that's a great thing. So we'll see how it shakes out. But I like Emmett Sheehan. I like his prospects for this season. If you're looking at overs on wins, starts, those kinds of things, I'd take the over on Emmett Sheehan. Make sure I got that right. I believe it's Ryan Nelson against Sheehan. I know for sure Sheehan pitches game 2, Glasnow pitches game 3. Well, let me just make sure on the Arizona side. Yes. Ryan Nelson game 2, Eduardo Rodriguez pitching game 3. We're going to see Diamondback. I did not mention Corbin Carroll earlier when I was talking about the Diamondbacks lineup. He's probably the signature piece. Can hit for power, has the speed, steals bases, hits for average. Very good in the outfield. Corbin Carroll is the full package, the 5-tool player. And Geraldo Perdomo, we're talking about a guy that had an 8-WAR year last year. Ketel Marte, probably the best second baseman in baseball. So this lineup is going to be tough for Yoshi to navigate tonight. And I think that's my biggest question. If Yoshi can hold the lineup down for 5, if he pitches into the 6th, that would be awesome, 5 or 6. I think the Dodgers can at least work the pitch count up on Gallen and get into that Diamondbacks bullpen, which is really the soft underbelly of this Diamondbacks team. The bullpen was atrocious last year, and I don't think there's been a whole lot of improvement. I think Paul Sewald is going to be closing games for them. And Jonathan Loaisiga is going to be like one of their leverage arms out of the pen. So we're looking at a pretty weak pen. We run the pitch count up on Gallen, get him out of there by the 4th or the 5th. The Dodgers are going to scratch off some runs and win this game. The only way that I think we end up losing is if Yoshi ends up getting knocked around a little bit, gives up a few. Dodgers are impatient. Let Zach Gallen keep his pitch count down. He ends up getting deeper into the game. Then we could end up getting in trouble. But for the most part, I think that this Dodgers team has been so patient at the plate, and I don't foresee that happening. But that's really the Diamondbacks' path to victory, is like Gallen to Sewald. Maybe you can have Loaisiga get a couple outs, but I don't foresee anybody in the middle of that Diamondbacks bullpen being able to shut down the Dodgers offense. Now, on the other side, the Dodgers bullpen last year was pretty weak. Now, they made some moves to shore that up. They went out and got Edwin Diaz. Brock Stewart's coming back, so bullpen should be better. But even if it's what it was last year, I might take the Dodgers bullpen over what the D-backs have. It's very rough. So tonight, game 1, my prediction is that the Dodgers are going to win and probably win pretty handily, 5-6 runs, something like that. Because they're going to work Gallen's pitch count up. He's probably going to give up a couple runs in 4 or 5 innings. And Yoshinobu, even if he's not super sharp and gets tacked around for a couple runs, if the game is tight when Gallen comes out, the Dodgers are going to win the game. So that's my prediction for game 1. Game 2. Sheehan versus Ryan Nelson. Now, this is interesting. I like Ryan Nelson. He was a second-round draft pick. Look at his numbers from last year, if I can get that pulled up. Here we go. Last year, pitched to a 3.39. Made 23 starts. Pitched some out of the pen. Kept the walks down. I like his numbers. I like the 3.73 FIP. This is a good player that the Diamondbacks have. He's kind of flying under the radar here. I think Ryan Nelson can pose some problems for the Dodgers lineup. Does not have the experience of a guy like Zach Gallen, but he can throw the pill. And a little bit similar, his stuff is pretty good. So the Dodgers are going to have to come to play. But similar to tonight's game, if the Dodgers get Ryan Nelson out of there, the Diamondbacks just have nobody in the pen. So I'm going to make a similar prediction for Game 2. I think that Dodgers get Ryan Nelson out of there early, and Game 2 I see as more of a rout than Game 1. Game 3 is going to be Eduardo Rodriguez against Tyler Glasnow. And I think this has potential to be a high-scoring game. Glas has looked a little shaky. And Eduardo, boy, he pitched excellent in the World Baseball Classic. So current form, I'd have to give the edge to Eduardo Rodriguez. And then we're talking about 3 games in a row. We're probably going to have to use our pen extensively. I don't foresee Yoshi or Sheehan really going deeper than like 5 innings. Yoshi could go a little bit deeper, but this early in the season, we're going to have to use the pen. I think that the Diamondbacks could get more out of Eduardo as far as length than we're going to get out of Glas. So this could be a closer game. This is the one that the D-backs can steal. But I'm going to predict that the Dodgers win in a close one-run game in Game 3 to start the season off with a sweep, start it off right. We'll see how it goes, but I'm pretty confident in my predictions, and I'm extremely excited for the season to start. So I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go watch the game. And I'll be back here on Sunday to review the games with you guys and then look ahead to the next series. So keep your eyes peeled for a new video on Sunday, and I'll see you guys later. Go Blue.